I gotta get the chats pulled up. I got some music to play. I think the notifications work because they're not flagging my channel yet. Just like my sub count's going up. Oh, so you got that. Alright, so let's see. We made it here already. Alright, we got a few people here. So the idea, you know, to run a live stream. I'm talking just about cryptozoology tonight. This is more like a reminder of what I need to re-upload. I was a little late. I had to wake up and make some iced tea. I was tired. Missing mod, you're the only one without a wrench, huh? So, all right. Oh. Was it Emma? Yeah, Emma sent this to me. I actually saw this video before. I showed it on a stream. This one's really cool. It's 33 seconds long, too. This is a giant wolf. Am I sharing my desktop? No. My bad. Hold on, let me... You see the wolf? Look how big that thing is. Yeah, that is a big wolf. I don't know what happened to the dog. Look at the size of that thing. I'm trying to look around my camera. It looks like a horse. It is the size of a horse. That thing is huge. These are, typically these wolves are found, these larger ones. I showed a picture of one the other day, and they tend to be larger. They tend to not be in packs. You know, lone wolf. You ever heard that expression? But the way this thing's running, yeah, this isn't faked, and you get a good perspective of how big this thing is. I'm assuming when he yells, hey, he's pulling a gun out or something. Probably shot at the thing. Yeah, that thing is, look at it. That thing is huge. Look at the size of that thing. Is this a dog man? I don't know. I don't think it's a timber wolf. I don't know where this, I saw this footage before, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't been on Facebook yet, Lynn. I just literally logged on when I set up the stream. I'll go in and check the messages. The best way to get a hold of me is to email directly, but I'll go check out. I'm not usually hanging out on Facebook too much. I get a lot of messages on there, so. Link to your shirt is down. Do you mean to my site? Link to your shirt. I don't know. There's a ridge on there. Facebook. Anyway. So, we got some numbers. Check this out. So, apparently, according to Restream, I had negative 65% of my normal people show up on the stream. So we had 15 people. I'm reading around my camera here. 228 chat messages, 15 viewers. That was yesterday. So, I told you. And yeah, so this wolf right here is pretty nuts. That thing is huge. So I got what I'm doing mainly with these streams is to remind myself what videos I should re-upload to this YouTube channel. That's why I did an anomaly stream yesterday. All those videos are going to get uploaded. And I got some really good. Now I've done a lot of cryptozoology lectures, so they're going to have to go up too. But I got a lot of good shorter videos. Kappa. This is one of my favorite. This is the kappa from Japan. They live in water. And what's interesting about the kappa, it has a beaked nose like the tuatara lizard that comes out of New Zealand. And supposedly there's a race of entities that exist on Earth before the dinosaurs that they call rhino species, rhino meaning beaked. And the kappa is also beaked. You'll notice it looks like they mocked this creature in Star Wars. That's the thing that sits next to Jabba the Hutt. George Lucas mocked a lot of cryptozoology in Star Wars. He did with Sasquatch, with Chewbacca. And this is the kappa in Japan, which these are weird. Let's see how much.
Hello, this is Kinninigan from RagingReptilian.com.
Yeah, this is an old video.
Sometimes I got stories to report on mythology that are so bizarre in Japan.
Let me see. Oh. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did I flash a mermaid?
This is probably going to be the most pleasant picture that I show in this presentation.
Oh, you know what I was doing is I was telling people,
humanoids really look like.
When you think of a mermaid, that's what you think of. It's going to be some pretty girl with a fishtail. No. I'm going to show you some aquatic creatures in the stream that are 100% authentic tonight. They don't look like that.
What kappa looks like. Get ready for a little.
But the kappa. So supposedly these creatures live in the water of Japan, and they put turtle shells on their back, and they're really strange. Here, I'll read to you what these are. Kappa, in Japanese folklore, a type of vampire-like lecherous creature that is more intelligent than the devilish Ane. I've heard of Ane before. I've never made a video about the Ane. And less malevolent towards men. Kappa are credited with having taught the art of bone setting to humans. Yeah, they know how to set bones. They are depicted in legend and art as being the size of a 10-year-old child, yellow-green in color, and resembling monkeys, but with fish scales or tortoise shells instead of skin. On the top of the head, they have hollow indentations that are filled with water. If the water is spilled, they are said to lose their supernatural powers. Legends of encounters with kappa invariably include a reference to their capacity for keeping a promise extracted from them after forcing their heads down or by tricking them into bowing low, thus spilling out the water. They have a taste for cucumbers, and a standard way of placating kappa is to throw a cucumber in the water where they live. This is from Encyclopedia Britannica. I like to show you good links here. That's what the kappa is. Crazy, right? Here, let me just show you some more. Yeah, these are only reading glasses. People know I started using reading glasses recently, so let me show you like what some of these kappas look like. They're really interesting. They got statues of these creatures all over Japan. They got them in a lake here. I mean, in a stream. Look, it says the picture's forbidden. Can't see in the stream here. And my theory is, now, they go all the way back in Japanese mythology, but I don't know how much you know about Japan. For example, one time Japan was said to be inhabited by the cynocephali, the dog people. That's why China refers to Japanese as dog people. So this is, yeah, what the kappas look like. And they look like the little creature from Star Wars. My theory is, because they have pictures of these things fighting with samurai. And although, yeah, there's a lot of mythology in Japan, but the crazy thing about Japan is their mythology tends to be real. They have temples dedicated to native terran reptilians in Japan, just to give you, and mermaids. And if you know about Japanese culture, they're not really big. Yeah, I know, they give you Godzilla, but still. I mean, but they're not real big. Like, this is part of their culture. It isn't like how Sasquatch is in America, where everyone's like, oh, no, that's crazy, and they don't exist. No, you ask anyone in Japan, they'll tell you that these creatures exist. But supposedly they disappeared. My theory is they're being protected somewhere in Japan, like a sanctuary. Supposedly they help build bridges. There's all different ways they look. But my theory is that there's some type of old world species. Japan is in the South Pacific. That would be where Lemuria was. Then, if you remember recently, here, let me go to, where's Rumble? Where's my Rumble? I did the video about the Tuatara recently, which is a lizard from, that's really interesting. Where's that, where's it at? I thought I must not put, here it is. So the Tuatara video I did, this lizard right here is not related to modern lizards, and he's not related to dinosaurs. He only can be found in New Zealand, and he's from a species of creatures called rhino. That's why I'm showing you the kappa here, because the kappa also has a beaked nose. Hello, it's so. And this lizard has an active third eye. A fully developed active third eye, and it lives to 100 years old. It can regulate its body temperature, unlike most cold-blooded lizards. It predates the dinosaurs. It's a totally different species. Rhino, like I said, something which means beaked. So what I started noticing is a lot of these ancient creatures, like the kappa, also have beaks. Is there something to this? Does the kappa possibly have a third eye that's activated? Yeah, things are getting strange. They supposedly, this is supposedly a skeleton of one that they have in a museum in Japan. That's what I mean. Like, they don't, like Japan, they're like, yeah, we got them on display. So, here's supposedly the hands of one. And supposedly they just disappear. Now, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in Southeast Asia. The Tuatara, though, this is really interesting because there's a theory that in the times of Atlantis, all animals and humanoids were able to communicate with each other telepathically. And obviously the humans at that time had active pineal glands and telepathic abilities. We see these same types of abilities in Sasquatch. So this is where I'm kind of going at with this theory here, that these old world creatures are possibly more developed than a lot of newer creatures. So, oh, and that tuatara, that lizard right there, lives to be 100 years old. It's a pretty good lifespan for a lizard. And he's got an active third eye. Scientists don't know what they use it for, but he's not a lizard. This creature is called a... There's where they were playing the video in this. Yeah. When he first finds Morla in the swamp, yeah, and then I showed Morla from the Never-Ending Story, the turtle from the Never-Ending Story. Turtles also, and tortoises also kind of are beaked creatures, beaked reptiles. They're an ancient species. America used to be called Turtle Island at one time by natives. So there's definitely some strange things going on here, especially with these reptile species, because the kappa looks to be more, in all honesty, reptilian or reptile-ish. It does put a turtle shell on it, and they're supposedly aquatic. But there's signs in Japan. When you go to Japan, there are signs in lakes and streams warning you that there's kappa around. Because they can be dangerous to humans sometimes. So that's what I was saying. Like, not all, when you think of mermaids and aquatic creatures, right? Alright, let me show you. I got another creature that I showed, and they tried to debunk it mainstream, and they couldn't do it. And that was in Thailand, the Shane. These creatures here are legit. They were in the water. They were found by boaters. This is in Thailand. They're known about in local mythology. And then when they were filmed, mainstream went into damage control and tried to have someone make suits that looked like this, and they were trying to say they were putting on this play at the time. It was all BS. This is legit, this video of the...
Reptilian.com.
Show you the original video here. They're singing and playing music and stuff.
Shane, which means... Now the music you're hearing is being played by these creatures.
So let me show you this video, okay. So these people come up in the boat. And they can't... Now, in the cave, when you look at the cave, there's a face on the edge of the cave, too. Like, carved into the rock. So we have these aquatic creatures. This is in Thailand.
Yeah, this guy shit. Wow,
Thailand is what? It's also part of the old world. Ancient Lemuria. This is what I'm starting to figure out, is we got some strange things happening in parts of the planet where Lemuria used to be, especially with animals. Even mainstream will acknowledge that there's strange animals, like that tuatara lizard in New Zealand. They just say, it's evolution, you know, Australia got kangaroos, that was just evolution, yeah.
And that's pretty much the end of the clip. Now,
so they try to debunk this. Here, let me show you.
This video, but it gets even more pathetic.
These people on Instagram here, this was a production company. They were hired to try to debunk the sighting. And look, they're in the water with these bullshit suits. It's not the same creature. And they're trying to...
The rock, holding the costume.
They're not the same. You could tell that's a costume.
That's the other thing. Why do these people have British accents?
Oh yeah, and the people trying to debunk this in Thailand have British accents. Hello. So they made these suits and tried to debunk it. I made the video originally when it went viral.
I want you to notice something.
This was a while back.
Right here.
But the fact that they went out of their way to try to debunk it
that these guys are walking in is a lot more.
Yeah, it's not the same creature.
And
I had someone in a
these guys
costume
vote.
that works in
They want you
costumes
to
on my other
believe that
channel tell me,
these
I think they
costumes
worked for
and this whole
Disney,
performance are
tell me that,
put
Kenny,
on
that
for what?
those are not the
10
same
people on a boat?
costumes.
Please.
And there's no way,
You also notice something about the water.
because
It's
the
not
legs
the same
are
cave
different.
right here. You see how this water is more shallow, and you can see the sand.
It reminds me of
Color
like
the water.
when the Patterson-Gimlin Sasquatch film came out. David Paulides said that Disney tried to debunk that, and they said in the 1960s when that was filmed, the Gimlin Bigfoot film, they could not make a suit that would look like that with muscles moving under it. And secondly, they would have never made the Sasquatch female because Patty has breasts. And she also has long hair that's back in a ponytail. If you ever seen the Patterson-Gimlin Sasquatch. So, yeah,
Here.
this is crazy. These are
seen this
called,
video on
yeah,
YouTube at all?
here goes the
Idea
ones that they try to make. They're not the same costumes.
Why is that? Ask yourself the questions.
They
So,
try to debunk this.
I just wanted to bring this to my subs. I'll leave all the links here.
And what's
put your
funny,
opinion.
the people who try to debunk this, they're called closest relatives. And they were out of England. They came to Thailand to try to make these costumes and debunk it, and they failed because it don't even look like, you could tell these are costumes. Look, but the original, and they can't move in the water like the costumes were. Pretty nuts, right?
Those are like flippers right there. What they look like? They look like the kappa from Japan.
Yeah, I just showed the kappa. So yeah, definitely some strange things going on in Asia. Now, I read comments. I do have a mermaid video I made. I might just play it while I'm reading comments. What channel is that one on? Oh no, I'm on Rumble. What am I doing on Rumble? LBRY. King of the Jungle. Oh, wait. Anyone ever see the strange creature from Nicaragua? What channel is that on? Is that this one? Oh, here it is. I made this one a few years back. This thing was crazy. It was like some insect that was filmed in a tree in Nicaragua.
Hello, this is.
Oh, that's my old school. That's like when I first started streaming, like
video again today.
making
I thought
videos,
that
not
video-
streaming even. That's my old. Yeah, this video's old. You know what? Maybe I can remake some of these videos. Wow, that's the old YouTube format. Yeah, anyway, this thing's up in a tree.
I'm gonna play the video. There's no sound in the video, I don't believe.
Do I look better
And then we're
clean
gonna
shaven
slow
or
it
with a
down and watch it
goatee?
again.
I was clean shaven in that video.
It was captured with what appears to be a. I don't know if this is a cell phone camera or not.
And Lynn, I'll go to Facebook when I'm done
No.
with the stream tonight. Don't
It
worry.
appears to be.
I'll
when
check
it's
my
like
messages
this,
over
this
there.
is the first thing I thought. You see the creature here. I thought of Mothman, and I've made videos of Mothman, and
There
I
it
have
is.
the John Keel lectures
Everyone's got
about
wrenches, huh?
Mothman on my YouTube channel. I salvaged them, the radio interviews from going back to the 70s and 80s, and John Keel was pretty much an expert on Mothman. They made a movie out of it. However, the other thing I was thinking is it's a large bird, like a vulture or something like that, because some birds can get very large. But it appears to have more of a human head, but things get really strange.
Yeah, this thing is.
This is where the theory of everything I thought this could have been goes out the window once this thing starts walking. Because you see it appears to have wings, but now this thing has legs like a spider. I see 4 distinct, and they look like arachnid legs.
you know,
Now, I'm
I like
looking up
watching
the
these
screen
videos,
here,
but you
trying
got to
to get a
remember
sense
these could
of
always
the
be
size of
faked.
this thing.
It could be, but you know,
Well, we can
I
get
just
a
show
pretty
them.
good idea. Here's two power
So,
lines.
or it could be
See the
real.
wires
I
right
mean,
here.
I don't know.
So this
Maybe they got some
branch
bio lab
compared
down
to
in Nicaragua that they're experimenting
wires
with.
here, I'd say this branch is probably what, maybe a foot to a foot and a half thick. So thinking that this thing is standing on the branch, roughly I'd say this thing has a height of maybe 2 to 3 feet, which would be pretty large for a bird, but
Yeah, it's like a crab bat
this
person.
thing is not a bird.
It's fun
Now, this
watching
is
these
more
old videos
detailed
because,
video.
like I said, these are old.
See? And now it's...
I'll
Oh,
re-upload them
it's
to the
branch.
channel.
It has
No
wings,
reason not to.
but it also has legs like a spider.
Plus, cryptozoology videos keeps me under the
And
radar.
it
They're
has
not
kind of
gonna.
more like a human-looking head, not a bird.
Just
head,
can't.
and then-
I told you in the other video they're cracking down on anyone talking
What
about
is
the
it?
NWO
Yeah, I
now.
know. Footage. I'm gonna play it again. Slow it down.
They're a bunch of sissies. You can't even talk about. You know, they talk about it, and then if you mention what they say, then they say, "No,
well, the
you're
quality isn't
conspiracy
really making a difference
theorist,
right now.
QAnoner,
It's-
Republican, MAGA retard." Everyone's a MAGA retard who doesn't agree with Democrats.
So, but there is something in the video game that's pretty not with the wings though,
Yeah, this thing is nuts.
but humanoids with spider legs. Now, going back to, and this is why I was just mentioning about, at least I lecture on some of the creatures I find. The only thing I can think of that comes even remotely close to anything that's humanoid with arachnid legs, in the Epic of Gilgamesh out of Sumeria, there are creatures called quote-unquote scorpion men.
Yes, that's true.
They have
There's
legs
scorpion
and
men mentioned in the Epic of Gilgamesh. And we have a Bible quote that says, "I give you power to
It's a
tread
hybrid
among
creature.
snakes and scorpions," I believe, or serpents and
Um,
scorpions.
Nicaragua and all of South America is heavily dated into black
The
magic.
scorpion,
Now, I have a friend in
Scorpio is an
Puerto Rico.
interesting
I've mentioned
zodiac
a video
sign
about it.
too,
In fact,
because
I plan to
it's associated with water.
and get footage and interview
But
people
scorpions live
There's
on
been a
land,
recent spat
so
of
that's kind of
quote-unquote
interesting, isn't it?
gargoyle sightings in Puerto Rico, and I got real intel from someone who actually lives over there. Knows he's probably watching this video. It's very true. Now the gargoyles in Puerto Rico, I can probably say they could possibly be Mothman. This, I don't know. So I just wanted to share this with my subs. I'll leave this link in the
Alright,
description.
now where's Alright, let's see what else we got. And see, I have 2 channels. It's going to be 3 soon. 3 LBRY accounts. Where's the mermaid video at? Mermaid. Oh, that was a lecture I did about Alexander the Great's sister was a mermaid. She got turned into a mermaid. Thessaloniki. That is the sister of Alexander the Great. She was a mermaid. I don't think Alexander the Great was human. I don't know. There's some theories about that. Atlantean crystal mermaids. Here it is. Here's my mermaid video. It's scored to a song. The music in this song is called Atlantean Crystal Mermaids, too. Isn't that really cool? That's why it's called the Atlantean Crystal Mermaids mix. Now, this is just like some cool music. Play some mermaid footage. This is when I used to do a lot of video editing, because I didn't talk on video too much back then. Yeah, but they make a lot of statues of them, don't they? Alright, I'm reading the comments now. Hold on. Need my glasses. Need my spectacles. I'm already realizing that since I got reading glasses, I'm depending on them more and more because I've been reading The Witcher with them. Yeah. Is that how it starts? First you're like, I don't really need them. Then you're getting stronger ones. They make me feel like I'm drunk when they're on because of everything's like bubbly when you still getting used to glasses. You know what I mean, Christine, when you put them on and where you're not, your peripheral vision. It's weird. Feels like you're drunk. Now, I know some of these ain't legit, but they're still cool, so... Or, I don't know, maybe they are legit. Like this one, it just looks too... That one was filmed in Israel. Now this one, this is really interesting. It's a tail that comes out of the water, and people try to say it was a manatee. It's not a manatee. Look at this thing. It's got a 3-point tail. Look at this, coming out of the water. This is in Florida. Look at the tail. It's got 3 points. Here goes part of the creature. They don't know what it is. They try to say it was a manatee. It's not a manatee. Manatees have flat tails. The thing kicks its tail up out of the water, splashes, and then dives down. Yeah, is this not nuts? Look at the tail on... Yeah. No one knows what it is. That can't be someone in a suit splashing like that. That thing was huge. So... Interesting, right? What other cryptozoology we got? See, I've done a lot of lectures on Dogman. It sucks. I'm gonna have to re-upload them all. But I'll get back to doing these. I'm not going to talk about Dogman too much because, well, this was the lecture I did about Cerebus, my other channel. That was I did that lecture December 30th. It was only a few weeks ago. Yeah, right before they took my channel down. That might have been the last lecture I did, a live stream, I mean. I don't know. Let's see if we got any other... Then here's my question that people don't agree with, but This is Humbaba the Terrible from ancient Sumeria, who looks like Sasquatch. That's from the Epic of Gilgamesh. And I asked, did reptilian Anunnaki use Sasquatch DNA to create humans? Were the first genetic things they made mistakes, and that's where we got the cannibalistic red-haired giants from? I don't know. It's possible. Do I need more pics? Tangent. I've seen that new MLK statue. They're trying to destroy culture. I'm not going to talk about that on here. I know exactly what they're doing. That's what they do when they take over a society. They destroy all the culture and history. So anyway, all right. But 12 legendary cryptoids and mythical monsters of cryptozoology. I want to go through this because these are kind of generic, but I never did one yet. I'm going to do a video on the Jersey Devil. I haven't done one yet. Oh, Bigfoot. Bigfoot, I said I don't think I want to classify Bigfoot as cryptozoology anymore. I'd put him down as hominoid. Intelligent hominoid. And here goes the Patterson film. This is the one that they said they couldn't fake. Even Walt Disney looked at the costume in the 60s and said they couldn't make this, and if they did, they would never make it female with breasts, because that made absolutely no sense. And this film has never been debunked. It's legit. The way it walks, they walk differently. The gait it has and all that, they can't reproduce this. Oh, there you go. That's the most famous Sasquatch. The Loch Ness Monster. There's been stories of dinosaurs still surviving. I'd like to do a video on that. There's been quite a few stories. El Chupacabra. According to my friend in Puerto Rico, who lives over there, he might be watching this, Louis, there is a strange animal over in Puerto Rico. In fact, he said there's a lot of strange stuff going on over in Puerto Rico. But yeah, these were first reported in Puerto Rico in 1995. People think there's some type of genetic hybrid experiment gone wrong. They're known to suck the blood out of goats and stuff like that. We got the Mampingari. What is a Mampingari? What does it look like? Oh. Giant ground sloth. Those are freaky animals. You ever see a sloth? They just hang in trees all day. Supposedly there's still giant sloths living. Yeah, they're crazy creatures. The Megalodon shark. I don't know. I don't know if Megalodon's still alive. Errant kangaroos. Oh, yeah. There were stories of kangaroos in the United States, but people think what happened is they were brought over here and they escaped from like a zoo or something like that. And they were like spotted out in Kansas or something, running across someone's farm one time. Like kangaroos. I saw the video before. People just think they escaped from captivity or something. That's pretty. The orang pendek. That's in Sumatra. Sumatra is part of the old world also. This is a, I don't know, the orang pendek. Yeah, it's kind of like a Sasquatch. Sumatra's mini Bigfoot. So there are different types of species of Sasquatch all around the world. You have the abominable snowman. Here, let me show you the abominable snowman. This was taken in Russia. I don't know how authentic it is, but that's an abominable snowman. I think it's huge. Look at the size of the legs on that thing. Yeah, I guess if it's living in Siberia, it's got to have a lot of body fat to keep warm. Now, there's been story of Yeti in the Himalayas going with monks there for a long time, so it's not too hard to believe. But they're white. That's pretty cool. Yeah, living dinosaurs, mermaids, and the Mothman. Now, I've got the Mothman videos from who did the Mothman videos? I gotta re-upload those. John Keel, Mothman lecture. I'll get these re-uploaded to my channel. John Keel gave a lecture about Mothman. That's what the movie was based on, the Mothman prophecies. And the Jersey Devil. Like I said, this is kind of generic cryptozoology here. Phantom cats. Oh, I heard about this before. Huge black cats prowling the English countryside. Described as black panthers or leopards. Yeah, normally you don't have big cats in England. Sassy Squatch. The Snallygaster? I did a video about the Snallygaster. That was, it's a thunderbird. Snallygaster is the German word for it, but President Roosevelt went hunting for it. He put a hunting party together to kill it. That's what this thing, yeah, that's what it looks like. Actually, that's what it looks like. It was real. It was reported all around the country, and the President of the United States put a hunting party together to go hunt it.
German and Irish. And
this was one of the reasons they were having trouble trying to settle the rest of the country after the 13 colonies, because there was all kinds of stuff running around America. It was hard to get people out on the prairie when you got snallygasters flying around, but they were on the East Coast. They were these huge birds, and supposedly they were hunted and killed, and yeah, I can read this on them. President Theodore Roosevelt reportedly considered postponing an African safari to personally hunt down the beast. Soon, other papers jumped on the snallygaster bandwagon. The Baltimore Sun published articles, as did the Washington Post. As scrutiny increased, more pressure came to catch or photograph the monster. Yeah, Roosevelt put a hunting party together to go hunt the snallygaster. We don't have presidents like that anymore, do we? Can you imagine Biden putting together a hunting party to go hunt the snallygaster? Oh my God. Tell you honestly, I don't even think that dude should be operating firearms. Didn't Dick Cheney actually shoot someone in the face when they went hunting one time? I remember that. Going through the chats here. We get people on Facebook. A couple, huh? And then another, before I end the stream, there is one I do. One of my favorite ones. I think is it on this channel? The Dog Man from South Africa. The Dog Man hybrid. Yeah. Oh, this is one of my favorites. I'll play the video where it's actually running. This was filmed in South Africa.
Hello. On all fours.
Let me go to where the
People
video
look
plays.
as they say in the cutout footage.
Here we go. And you just watch this thing run. It's a human, but he runs like a dog, and he's running with dogs. This has got to be like one of the craziest clips I ever saw, because it's... The guys, you'll see him, he's on all fours. They'll run with him, and it'll zoom in better. He's right up here walking with this dog. With the dog's up here. Then he starts running with them. And the way he runs, he's got a gait just like a dog does. Like, I don't know what's going on in South Africa. Same as he's running. Is this the best quality? I guess it is. See how like skinny his arms are and stuff? Like he's weird looking, this dude. This guy's running on sand and dirt, like with rocks and stuff. Like that's not easy. The dogs seem to like it. Yeah,
right, so
crazy, ain't it?
What'd you think of the footage?
I think I spliced out the footage in this video. Yeah, I did. So I could show it better. Here he goes, right there. You can see him pretty better.
Video's buffering.
You can see him right there.
He's trotting a little bit. Yeah, okay. This is the part.
So this is crazy, yeah.
Now this is a crop and zoom tool, which and then we'll slow the video speed down so we can take a look at this. I think that will keep him in for most of it. Just bear with me. I'll drink him water here. It's late night. When I do video editing like this, obviously I get dry mouth. So
not today. We ain't got weed. If you could support the channel, that'd be awesome. Because I haven't smoked in like 2 or 3 days now. It's tough, but I'll just keep making videos and streaming every night. I gotta rebuild my channel. It's not gonna be easy.
Alright, what I'm going to do
and working on my book too. So
I'm going to do another crop in this.
yeah. So a lot of these.
Right
Yeah, all right, there goes a better picture of him. Yeah, that's crazy. The way this dude's running with the dogs. And the dogs don't seem bothered by them. So, yeah, that was cool. And, yeah, I shared this video earlier about the Sasquatch language.
Into the late 50s, early 60s. So they knew something
This
was
guy is a crypto linguist with the U.S. Navy. These are the Sierra sounds.
It's also the female. You will be able to hear the difference. There. That was an exchange between the two.
Humans, he says humans can't speak at this frequency and resonance, like the resonance that others speak.
Even at real time, you can begin to hear the exchanges, what we call conversational terms. In other words, I take a turn to speak to you, and then you take a turn to speak back to me. So an exchange of utterance or conversational terms, and you'll also begin to hear in the background one of the cowboys, one of the hunters up there, who is trying to get the attention of the creatures. Once this starts happening, they send a guy out to stand by the big pot of stew and try.
So I shared this link earlier. Here, I'll share it again if you want to see this. The language of Bigfoot. It's like a 40-minute video, and he goes over all this speech from the Sierra Sounds, and yeah, they got a language. And their speech is interesting. Like, we can't duplicate it, and they speak really fast. Some people call it samurai chatter. That's how they kind of. Yeah, I think Sabe. Well, he's, like I said, he's not a dumb ape. Because if it was a dumb ape, we would have caught one by now and had it in. Why am I getting such a lag on the preview from YouTube? All right, I don't have a lag on OBS. It's on YouTube though, from the video monitor. I mean, it's showing the mermaid video. I showed that like a while ago. Becca is wearing the hammer of Thor. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, he's a pagan, I guess. Still doesn't mean he's a bad crypto-linguistic. I'm taking it, you know, he's probably. I'll bet you he's a Mason. He's got that look. What do you think? Is he on the level? Probably is. He was a crypto-linguist with the U.S. Navy. Now, you got to think about that. That could be a pretty high-level job. There could be a lot of non-disclosure stuff. You don't know what this guy had to go out and do for the Navy to try to decrypt, you know. For all we know, he might have been studying mermaids underwater. Their language of dolphins and stuff. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, people are saying that Sasquatch is multi-dimensional. He has the ability to travel through 2 different dimensions. Crazy. We still never found a body. And we never captured one and put it in the zoo. Because if it was a dumb ape, we would have by now. So, yeah, that was the abominable snowman. This was a... Hold on. What happened in the video?
For could get rid of in the later on.
This
is the case where a zombie virus was revived.
No, we don't need to talk about
course,
viruses on here.
Aliens exist. Or at least you may be able to fill in the blanks with this one.
These were the alien... Oh, I've seen this before. Yeah. Dead aliens. This is
Around
from
these
Russia.
labyrinths are around 850 boulders as well. Needless to say, this is one area that needs more research because there's something special about it. Dead alien. You would think that by now there would not be much left to talk about in terms of aliens, because after all, the world is filled with different accounts of UFOs and alien sightings, just as we mentioned before on this list. But as we also said before, there are always new things springing up in the alien world, and these things can really make you question your own reality. Because if aliens are out there, what does that mean for us? Are we safe? Are we going to be targeted? The first question has to be whether or not aliens exist, because then we can start asking the real hard-hitting questions that would affect our daily life. Well, we think we have the answer to whether or not aliens exist, or at least you may be able to fill in the blanks with this one, because there was a dead alien found in Russia. It sounds like something that's completely science fiction. Let's take a look right now, because the images are absolutely stunning, even though they're a little blurry. When you look at them closely, they look like E.T. himself fell out of the sky and into some snow. No, it's not the most pleasant sight to look at, but it could definitely enhance your belief in extraterrestrials. Here in Siberia, there were reports of a UFO crash, and this led Russians to find the body of the alien buried in the snow. Now, of course, there's plenty of debate around this photo, in terms of whether it is real or fake. All we can do is speculate. It does look real though. Lena Stone. Whether it is a stone labyrinth or carvings inside of a cave, the world has a history that still needs to be uncovered. It's almost like the game of Clue or role-playing.
Roger from Mud Fossil
play
University. I trust him. He'll analyze all this stuff and tell you what it really is. A lot of this stuff tends to be, I don't know how many of you know about Mud Fossil University. Roger has a different take on a lot of these huge geological formations. Anyway, I think that's kind of all. I just wanted to come on, for like an hour. I'm thinking I am going to do a reptilian stream this week. I need to. Probably explaining the Anunnaki, some of the stuff that's going into my book. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow night. I got some things I could share with you about that. And see if we can get more people back. How many subs we got now? 146. I unlocked 2 achievements today. 50 hours watch time in 2 days. And 500 views in 2 days. 146 subs. Alright. Not too bad. Yeah, and here's that, if you are curious, here's that video of the wolf. If you want to, I don't know. That was that big wolf that's running through the woods. That thing is crazy. Where's that thing at? The size of that thing. That thing is huge. Wow. And that's why you probably shouldn't walk out in the woods unarmed by yourself. You never know what you're going to run into. Yeah, that's a big wolf. And what's even, it's a lone wolf because it's not with a pack, which is even more strange. Dire wolf? That's from Game of Thrones. Dire wolves. It's the wolves from Game of Thrones. There were, the timber wolves, I think they're the biggest ones that, yeah, they get pretty big, timber wolves, but I don't know, that one's just nuts. Like, how does it find other big wolves to mate with and stuff like that? I don't know. That's a dire wolf, you think? How big do dire wolves get? He wasn't that big. There's one right here. That's just a drawing of one. That's from Game of Thrones. That's from Game. I don't know, but they're not dark like he was. Ten megabeasts in the world. Megabeasts. Uh-oh. Whoa, it almost looks like a reptilian head, don't it? I hate these pop-ups on websites. Dire wolves. Hunting in packs of over 30 individuals, the dire wolf is not only the largest wolf to ever walk the earth, but see, they were pack animals, though. It says it hunts in, like, packs. That wolf was alone, which is interesting. Anyway, I had fun tonight. Thanks for everyone showing up. If you could support the channel, I would appreciate it. It's been bad for me financially. I would like to try to get some smoke this week. I'm going to stream again. You know, I'll keep streaming probably tomorrow night again and make a few videos during the day. Like I said, just to keep building up the algorithm so people find their way back. Then as I get more subs back, I'll start doing better lectures, you know what I mean? Because we don't, you know, we got like 20 people in here right now, not a big deal. That's why I figured I'd just do a stream to go through my videos and figure out what I want to re-upload to this channel. Or possibly make new videos about. Because some of those videos were old. Let's see if I can find out new stuff about them. Thanks to everyone that showed up on Facebook. Facebook is, there was a lot of people on Facebook last night. Well, and is that? You know what, Lynn? I gotta, hold on. I'm gonna show her stuff. She asked me about rolling cigarettes. I do roll my own. I actually had tobacco for a little while. And because I smoke hundreds, I even got this. This is a cigarette machine to roll 100. Yeah, I roll cigarettes. I bought tobacco. I got a pack right now because I just went out and bought a pack. But yeah, I got a rolling machine. This thing works. I could roll a lot of cigarettes with this thing, you believe it or not. It's once you know how to use it. Yeah, I got a cigarette rolling machine. She asked me if I had. Anyway, thanks to everyone who showed up in the stream. Please share, like, subscribe. If you can support the channel, all the links are in the description. Or if you want to sign up to Patreon or buy merch. Yeah, I'll probably be streaming same time tomorrow night. I'll be making videos during the day. I'll let you guys know. Yeah, that was kind of what I wanted to do. And if I stream tomorrow night too, that'd be 3 days in a row I stream. That's a lot for me, so. It's just tonight I'm tired. I'm tired from not smoking weed. That's what it is. Cannabis is like energy to me, so I get tired. Plus, it's been raining all day. Christine, tell them what the weather's like. It's been cold and raining all day. She's in Jersey. Yeah, it's one of those days. It's raining a lot and. Yeah, Crazy Ivan knows about my cigarette machine. Yes, my little cigarette. Hey, this thing works, man. I'm not. This one rolls. Yeah, because it's for 100 cigarettes, and I got tubes for 100. I got. Yep, it's cold and rainy. Anyway. Thanks for everyone who showed up to the stream. Any questions or comments, leave them below. God bless and take